Before you give your next presentation, before your next big meeting, before you pitch your next client, there is a conversation happening in your head. And it sounds something like this. What if I forget what I'm going to say? What if they judge me? What if I look nervous? What if I'm not good enough for this room? My name is Mtabisi, and I've coached hundreds of founders, executives, and professionals as a public speaking coach. And almost every single one of them has had that exact conversation. But here's the one thing that shifts everything when they hear it. That conversation, that's not just nerves, that's a lie. And today I'm going to show you exactly what that lie is, why your brain keeps telling it to you, and how to replace it with something that will change the way you speak forever. So here's the lie. You think public speaking is about you. You walk into a room and immediately your brain asks, how do I look? How do I sound? Are people judging me? Am I enough for this moment? Everything points inward, to you, to how you're being perceived, to how you're coming across. And that one habit, that inward focus, is the single biggest reason that most people either avoid speaking altogether or show up and never quite deliver the way they're capable of. I've seen it in founders 3 days before pitching investors. I've seen it in executives who've been in the industry for 20 years. I've seen it in people who are brilliant, genuinely brilliant. But the moment they step in front of a room, they disappear into their own heads. And it always comes back to the same lie. This moment is about me. Now, I want to show you this isn't just my opinion. Researchers call what I'm describing self-focused attention. And multiple peer-reviewed studies confirm that when your attention locks onto yourself, your thoughts, your body sensations, how you look, it's one of the primary drivers of speaking anxiety. So the more you focus on yourself, the more anxious you become. The more anxious you become, the worse you perform. The worse you perform, the more you tell yourself you're bad at speaking. It's a cycle, and it starts with where your attention goes. But here's the part that really gets me. Research has also found something called the illusion of transparency. It means that when you're anxious speaking in front of people, you dramatically overestimate how much of your anxiety the audience can actually see. You think they can see everything. You're shaking hands, you're racing heart, the words that you forgot to say, but they can't. But because you believe they can, your anxiety starts to get worse, and then the lie feeds itself. So if the lie is that public speaking is about you, then what's the truth? The truth is this: public speaking was never about you. It has always been about your audience. The moment you walk into a room, your only job is to think about them. What do they need from this moment? What problem are they sitting with that you can help solve? What do they need to feel, to understand, to believe by the time you are done speaking? That shift from inward to outward is where everything changes. And science backs this up too. Research has found that when speakers were trained to shift their attention away from themselves to their audience, they experienced less speaking anxiety, showed up with better energy, and made significantly more eye contact. The simple act of focusing outward changed their entire performance. Not a new technique, not a breathing exercise, not a magic trick, just a shift in where your attention goes. So how do you actually do this? 2 things, simple and practical. You can use them before your very next presentation. Number 1, ask yourself the audience question. Before any speaking moment, stop and ask yourself, what does this audience need from me today? Not what do I need to prove? Not what do I want them to think about me? What do they need? That one question moves your attention in the right direction before you even open your mouth. Number 2, serve, don't perform. Performers want an applause. Servers want impact. The moment you stop trying to impress the room and start trying to help the room, your entire presence changes. The nervousness doesn't disappear entirely, but it stops being the loudest voice in your head. The lie is that speaking is about you, and the truth is it never was. The founders and professionals that I coach who make this shift, they don't just become better speakers, they become people that rooms actually listen to. If this resonated with you, make sure you watch my next video. I'll see you there.